Welcome to the Career Refresh Podcast. I'm your host, Jill Griffin. I'm a former media and marketing executive turned career strategist and executive coach. I spent my career working my way up and through the ranks of global organizations and startups, and today I show others how to do the same. Join me each week as we discuss the strategies and actionable steps to leverage your strengths, increase your confidence, and develop your career well-being. Ready? Let's do it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Jill Griffin. And if you are listening to this the week it drops, welcome back. Happy New Year. And I hope you had a beautiful holiday season. This past holiday season was really different for me, and I totally loved it. My family is scattered all over the U.S. We are New York, Connecticut, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, where else? We're Minnesota, North Dakota, all the places. And my husband and I decided not to travel this year for Christmas. And we're both December birthdays. So if you are a December birthday, you know that a little extra focus on yourself, a little extra time to celebrate so that it doesn't get all swooped up into all the holiday magic. Sometimes it's really good for your soul. So we decided to make this year about experiences and not about things. So we planned 2 to 3 events each week, and we found things that just were fun or brought us joy and really got us out of our regular day-to-day activities. We did Broadway, we went to the theater, we went to local theater, we went to the ballet. We also went to all of our favorite shops and restaurants, but we sprinkled those experiences in at different times. It wasn't just about going for dinner. Sometimes it was going for breakfast or for lunch. We also went to the New York Botanical Garden for the holiday train show, but we did that at 10 a.m. And then after that, went out for a late breakfast, right? We went for places for afternoon tea. And then in the evening, we found live concerts in places that were unexpected or live music. We also wandered around to find the craziest, most ridiculous and fun holiday decorations and made it like an evening adventure. So why am I telling you all this in January? Because for me, it was about setting intention. My goal is about connections, fun, joy, inspiration. And each year, or really each holiday season, I choose a word that is going to be my intention and focus that will then carry me through the next year. And my word for the December of 2022 and into all of 2023 is magic. So why did I select a word? So one, you've probably heard me talking about January 1st thinking. All right. This is the idea that at midnight, we suddenly put plans into action, and then we carry those plans and we have our resolutions and we work on them for the next 12 months. And friends, time is an illusion. It's a complete construct. Time only means what you make it mean. So January 1st is as powerful as March 2nd, as May 30th, if you choose it to be. So let's look at what happens with resolutions. I'm going to give you a little bit of math. So of those who make New Year's resolutions, 75% of people keep them after 1 week. So we've already lost 25%. After a month, that number drops to 64%. And then after 6 months, it's the opposite. It's 46% of people who make a resolution are still keeping them. So this means by June, most people, all bets are off. So the concept of choosing a word might be a better approach for you. If resolutions feel like rules that are made to be broken, or you start out great, but then you don't keep, then selecting a word that fuels your intention throughout the year might be the perfect guide and a gentle reminder that of something that's going to make you feel positive to take an action. And remember, everything we do is because of how we want to feel or a feeling we want to avoid. There is never an exception. So when we start out with a goal, we tend to be excited. Then life happens and we lose our motivation. And we lose motivation because we're not managing our thoughts and feelings along the way. And we've forgotten that we need to stay motivated throughout all the milestones that take us to get to that goal. And I found that choosing a word really empowers me, becomes like a rudder. It reminds me of the positive feeling I want to go after as I'm approaching the goals. It ends up being like a touchstone or a talisman or a reminder. So how do you choose a word? Well, first, I would suggest that you assess last year. Make a list of your wins, your successes. What positive effects did those experiences have on your career and on your life? And then what would you do differently than what you did in 2022? Right? Did you network more or less? Did you take risks? Were you challenging your thinking, working on your mindset, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, taking new courses and classes and experiences? Were you expanding your professional visibility? What effects did the things that you did differently throughout 2022, what effect did it have on your career and life? And get clear, right? This is a pen and paper or notes app. You want to definitely take notes and write these out. And then I want you to look at setbacks and disappointments. Same here. What effects did it have on your career and your life? When you have all of that, I want you to sit with it. I'm a meditator, so connecting in and spending a few minutes and seeing what feelings come up for you. And then really think about, well, how do you want to take that into 2023? So I chose the word magic because I want it to be inspired. And I also want it to connect to source or God, the universe, all the things, right? I want it to stay aligned and connected to the universe so that I make sure that I'm reminding myself that I need to connect in with source. The idea of like, I need to plug into the outlet, right? I disconnect myself from that outlet. But if I stay plugged in, anything's possible. And that's where the magic is. This is meaning whatever I do, whatever goal I go after, my business, from more corporate trainings, professional speaking, working with private clients, I want to make sure that I pause, that I connect in with my gut, my internal GPS, and then I let the magic happen. And that's about really getting clear that this or something better is what I'm going for. So how will you measure the goal? When you think about what it is and the word you want, and then you're thinking about all the things that you want to do this upcoming year, thinking about how you're going to measure the goal. This can be an action, a result, a feeling. If there are things you need to learn, are there things you need to release? Are there obstacles in your way? And how is the word you choose going to be your touchstone so that as you go through the year, you maintain that feeling? Again, because now you're taking a feeling from an action. And in my case, if I'm reminding myself that the goal I'm going after is, more professional paid speaking gigs, great. If I'm doing it and reminding myself about magic, now I'm in possibility. Now I'm thinking differently. That's what I'm talking about. So figure out the word and then think about how are you going to lay out the various things that you might want to do within your career and how that word might act as an anchor for you. All right, so I'm going to give you some words because these are the words that I've worked with clients already on picking and just, words that I find that really create a positive feeling. Here's just some suggestions. You definitely pick your own. Abundance, grounded, resilience, joy, effervescent, magic, alive, fun, knowing, flourish, force, community, wealth, connected, luminous, trust, believe, imagine. So again, short list of words. Maybe one of those hit you. Maybe you want to find another. Don't overthink this. You cannot have a wrong answer. If you need to, select a word for the quarter. And then the reason why we don't do resolutions for some people is that it can put undue long-term pressure on yourself. It starts to feel like a to-do list. And you probably already have a huge to-do list in your project management system or in your notebook where you're thinking, these are the things I need to get done. You don't need another to-do list. So your word is about how and why you do what you do, not what you actually do. All right, but then you got to remember your word. So here are some places where you may want to put the word. You can place it on your calendar at like 6 a.m. so that you see it daily. You can create a phone alarm and put in the actual label, put the word in the label. Obviously, good old Post-it notes from, smacking them on your laptop screen, your bathroom mirror, maybe inside the kitchen pantry. One year, one of my coaches made me a necklace with my word, and it was from Studio Fran Jewelry. I'm going to put her information in the show notes, but really beautiful charm that I wore around my neck with my word, which was really a great touchstone and a talisman for myself. So pick a word and see how this works for you this year. I'd love to hear from you. Obviously, I'll put my information in the show notes. Let me know. But look, not every tool is going to work for you. So here's a new way of thinking about, new year, setting goals and intentions. So yeah, I choose a word. And then I take that word and I look across all the categories of my life, professionally and personally, that I want to focus on with intention this year. So for me, it's health, it's well-being, it's fitness, it's career, relationships, spirituality, community. And then I use my word as the fuel that underpins it all. I would love for you to do this year. And look, this is the work I also do with clients. We get really clear on what it is that they want to achieve. We coach their minds. We look about removing obstacles and getting into action. I was recently on my friend Keith Hernandez's podcast. It's called The Change Up. It's available on all streaming platforms. And we talked about how I'm the consigliere, right? Straight out of The Godfather. Okay, there's no illegal, illicit activities going on, but it's the idea of having a confidant, someone who's helping you through the various challenges that you're working through professionally. And that's what I built here, right? I built this based on what I wish I had going through various challenges in my career, or just even the everyday. What if I could run a business strategy or an approach about a difficult challenge coming up to a person who has been there that can also help me not only strategize, but help me manage my mindset and then help me see what I'm not seeing. I mean, just this morning, I helped a client create a business strategy framework for his first half of 2023. We got down to the data, we got down to the tactics, and then we looked at the mindset that might be in his way in achieving the goal. I've been there, and I can help you navigate this and figure out the best path forward for you and your career. If this sounds like you and something you're interested in, definitely schedule an appointment, a consultation. We will have a chat and see if the work I do is right for you. Again, those details will be in the show notes and also on my website, Jill Griffin Coaching. All right, friends, I wish you a great January and a great start to your year. I appreciate you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for listening to the Career Refresh Podcast. If you're enjoying this and you want more information, go to my website, jillgriffincoaching.com. There you can find information on how to work with me one-on-one or my group programs, or even bring me into your workplace. I'll put the link to my website in the show notes. But hey, listen, before you go, do me a favor, rate and review this podcast because it definitely helps me get the word out to people everywhere so that they can also thrive in the workplace. All right, friends, I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.